today we will go for the next topic, that is called structure of sperm. Okay, as we have done the spermatogenesis, and what is the last product of a spermatogenesis? That is what? Spermatozoa. It is what? Spermatozoa. Fine. So the spermatozoa is actually called sperm, right? It is actually called sperm. So let's go for the structure of spermatozoa, or we can say sperm. Fine. So first of all, the outermost structure which is present in this sperm, that is plasma membrane. It is mentioned here. The outermost structure means the spermatozoa is enveloped by a structure which is called plasma membrane. Now the whole sperm has four parts: head, now neck portion, the middle piece it is called, and the last one is tail. Okay, so this is how the whole sperm is divided into four parts. So let's go for the first one part, the head portion. Okay, so head portion, it has two main parts. The first is nucleus. Okay, can you see this one? Nucleus. Okay, and the second one is cap like structure. Okay, here you can see this cap like structure which is called acrosome. Okay, this nucleus is what? Haploid in nature. Okay, may just be remember about it. It is haploid in nature and it is highly concentrated. Okay, and this acrosome, it contains various enzymes. Okay, actually it is derived from the Golgi body of the spermatid. Can you do you remember? From spermatid, spermatozoa are formed. So from spermatid, the Golgi bodies, they produce acrosome of spermatozoa. Okay, so these is acrosomes, they contain various enzyme. The first one enzyme, which is proteolytic and lysogenic. Okay, and the first enzyme, it is called sperm lysine. Okay, fine. This is sperm lysine, and the example of this sperm lysine is hyaluronidase. Okay, you must have heard about it. It is very important enzyme, hyaluronidase. Okay, and what is the role of this hyaluronidase? It help in breaking down the cementing substance which is present in the corona of the female ovum. Okay, when I will tell you about the ovum structure, then I will explain you very well. Okay, so this is the hyaluronidase, and the second enzyme, what it contain the corona penetrating enzyme. Okay, by this, what happened? The sperm is able to enter into the ovum. Okay, and the third enzyme is, 1 minute, the third enzyme is zona lysine. It is zona lysine. Okay, if you remember the structure of oocyte that I told you, outermost structure, it is zona pellucida. Okay, so this zona lysine is now responsible for breaking this zona pellucida, and ultimately the sperm get enter into the female ovum and release its content, or release its this nuclear content. Okay, clear? So this is the role of this head portion. Okay, now come to the neck portion. This neck portion, can you see here the two dot like structure are present, this red one and this white one. Okay, so this one is known as proximal centriole and the second one is known as distal centriole. Okay, so what is the role of proximal centriole? It is responsible for first cleavage. It is responsible for first cleavage of the zygote. Okay, when the sperm and ova, they get fused and they make the zygote. So after making zygote, what happen? The cleavage will start. So the first cleavage is done with the help of proximal centriole. Okay, now the distal centriole, you can see this distal centriole is continued as a red like structure till the tail or throughout the tail. Okay, so it is connected with the tail or the axial filament. Okay, so now next structure is what? The middle piece. Okay, it is lies in a between neck and tail. You can see this middle piece. Okay, and it has the axial filament of microtubule. You can see this red structure, as I told you earlier. This is actually what? It is the axial filament. It is the axial filament. Okay, and it is made up of microtubules. So it run along through this whole middle piece and the tail also. Okay, so it along hold the along the length. Okay, now next what is present here, you see the pink one structure, it is called mitochondria. Okay, it is just make a spiral covering around this whole structure, like this spiral, and it has around 10 to 14 turns around it, and this whole structure is called the Nabhan kern. Okay, it is important for your competitive exams also. Nabhan kern, fine, it is called Nabhan kern, fine. And it is responsible because, as you know, mitochondria is called the powerhouse, so it is responsible for providing the energy so that the sperm can move inside the female reproductive tract. Okay, now the last structure is this tail. As you can see here, there only two things are present, the axial filament, and which is surrounded by the plasma membrane. This is the plasma membrane. Okay, so this axial filament and the plasma membrane is present, and this axial filament and this tail is responsible for providing the movement, okay, so that the sperm can move inside the female tract and reach up to the ova. Okay, so this is the whole structure of sperm, and let's go for the next structure. Okay, that is the structure of ova. Okay, let's have a look of it. Okay, oh sorry, before going for the ovum structure, let's have a look of the question related to sperm. Okay, as what kind of question comes in your in your exams. So this is the view, this is the type of one question. 1 minute. Okay, it has come in your CBSE main exam in 2009. So what type of question comes? Okay, so first of all, here three parts are given to you, and on this basis question are asked. The first question is what? Write the correct sequence of diagram A, B and C. So what will be the right sequence? First, of course, A, the head portion. Second, the middle portion, that is C, and the third is tail portion, that is B. So this is the correct sequence. Okay, now the second one is label 1 in A and write down its function. Okay, so what is 1? This is what? As I told you, it is acrosome. Okay, fine, and I told you what kind of enzyme it contains. So we have to tell all three types of enzyme. The first one is what? That is spermlysin. Okay, which is what? Your hyaluronidase. Okay, so it is responsible for breaking the cementing substance which is present in between the corona of the ovum. Okay, and the second one is what? Corona penetrating enzyme. Through which the sperm is able to get enter into the ova. And the third one is what? And the third one is zona lysin. I'm writing over here zona lysin. Okay, so this I have told you, it is responsible for breaking the zona pellucida, and ultimately the sperm will get enter into the ova and release its content. Okay, now the third one, third question is label 2 in B and write down its function. So what is 2? 2 is the what? Tail portion of a sperm. And what is the function of it? Yes, I know, you know it very well. It is the swimming of a sperm. Okay, it is responsible for swimming. Okay, because through this it provides the movement to sperm so that it can reach up to the ova. Okay, now the next question is label 3 in the C and write down its function. So what is 3? It is the middle portion. What is 3? It is the middle portion. And what is the role? Here mitochondria is present, so it provide the energy. Okay, so this is the role of mitochondria. Now the next question is what? At which place the fertilization takes place in female reproductive system? So you know it very well, I have told you about it also. It is happen in ampulla stomach region. Okay, ampulla stomach, somewhere it is written ampullary stomach region, so that is also correct. Okay, a junction, or you can say junction also. At which stage implantation takes place? Actually it will come in next in 2-3 topics, next 2-3 topics. Okay, but I'm telling you the answer. It is takes place in blastocyst stage. Okay, so this is how question comes on your sperm topic. Okay, so let's go for the next topic, which is what? the structure of ovum. Okay, so let's start the next structure, that is ovum. Okay, so here first of all the ovum is non-motile. The ovum is non-motile. Okay, and the sperm is motile. Okay, fine. And first of all and the second thing, okay, the second thing is it is non-cladoic. I'm talking about the human ovum. I'm talking about the human being ovum. Okay, so it is non-cladoic. What does it mean? It is without the shell. Okay, there is no shell or covering outside it, like in bird it is cladoic, like there is a shell present. Okay, that is cladoic and non-cladoic. And the third one is it is alethal. It is alethal means what? It having a little bit amount of yolk, or I would say without the yolk. Okay, so that is why it is called alethal. Fine. Now first of all, this whole ovum is covered by a membrane which is called the plasma membrane. It is written over here, this one lining, this one lining, that is plasma membrane. It is also called plasma lemma. It is also called plasma lemma, or it is called plasma, sorry, ulema. It is also called ulema. Fine. So this is the outermost structure, and inside it whatever the cytoplasm is present, it is called the ooplasm. Okay, now, in outer region, the ooplasm, it contain a number of mucopolysaccharide. Can you see these small structure? These are mucopolysaccharides, which are called cortical granules, which are called cortical granules. Okay, and inside this cytoplasm, which I have told you, ooplasm, it contains various things present inside it, like microtubules, mitochondria, ribosomes. Okay, RNA. So many things are present. Golgi bodies also present, protein also present. So these kind of things are present inside the cytoplasm, right? So now next structure. So next structure is nucleus. Can you see this visible nucleus? It is a large nucleus which is also called the germinal vesicle. The germinal vesicle. Okay, it is also named as germinal vesicle. Now the nucleus, it is present in the metaphase second phase. Okay, as if you can remember, while the ovulation, when ova release during the ovulation, it is released in the form of secondary oocyte. Okay, it is not actually the ova, because the second meiotic division is not completed yet. So here nucleus is arrested in the metaphase second stage. Okay, prior to the fertilization, and if fertilization takes place, then it will complete its metaphase second stage of meiosis second. Okay, now egg has two polarity. Egg has two polarity. Can you see? It is written animal pole and vegetal pole. Okay, what does it mean? The animal pole, it has no yolk, and the cells are here are divide rapidly. So they are very small size cells and they divide rapidly, whereas the vegetal pole, it has a little bit amount of yolk. So these yolk cells are very bulgy, means they are large in size, and they divide very slowly as compared to the animal pole cell. Okay, so this is how the egg is divided into two polarity, animal pole and the vegetal pole. Okay, along with it, there can you see this black one structure? It is called the polar bodies. Okay, it is present near the area of this animal pole and outside the plasma membrane in the blue one structure. And this